That's a beautiful 8K shot out of the Phantom 3. Yes, the new Phantom 3. We have Andrew here on the sticks, Alex on the drone. They are an amazing dual op team here in Dallas. Be sure to give them a call for any of your awesome drone needs. They are actually having to adapt. The client didn't give enough notice to get authorization in the airport. They wanted an establishing shot of this hangar, couldn't get it done, but then it turned into getting shots of people working, which was possibly in the scope. I'm not 100% sure, but that's what it turned into. So they brought me in for the tights. You could see this footage looks amazing from their dual op work. I can't show much of anything else, but I'm Piotr Mokry, a Dallas-based DP, photographer, gaffer with a 1-ton grip van, available for hire. It was a hot one, and then it got overcast, and then it was hot, and then it got overcast. You could see the clear blue skies. You could see the sun burning me. My face is red. This was a shoot that was all over the place. I focused on getting really tight shots when I could, more zoomed in. I was at 70 millimeter, while Alex and Andrew focused on just the wide, beautiful, sweeping shots. They can move a lot bigger than I can. The director said they are the priority. They are the main shot. You get what you can, but stay out of their way. So I made sure to stay back, not cross paths with them, pay attention to where the camera was looking, and make sure to stay out of the way. Sometimes you just suck it up and you've got to do what you got to do, because I could have gotten some really cool stuff, but I did not want to cross paths with the main camera, and that was my focus. So it was a lot of fun getting this stuff. I mean, you don't always get to go to an airport and film private jets. You know, I always like to show you guys some footage. This is off the FX3, shot an S-Log 3 with a 24-70 Sigma lens. I'm shooting at 24 frames in 10-bit 422. I just slapped a LUT on it, and here it is. There's no stabilization done. This is straight out of camera when it comes to stabilization, and it was a lot of fun. I got some really cool shots. I don't always get to come and film jets and film something like this, so the opportunity was amazing, but I always had to step back a little and let the ACAM team handle what they needed to. I didn't want to be in their way. I wanted to give them priority, and that's just what has to happen. There were some amazing shots that I was able to capture even with the limitations, so I was really happy with this footage. Check this one out. Look closely. Wow, that wasn't staged. All right, so what we have is a boom here. If we set the camera flat this way, we'd be crossing this plane, which is the table. So before, we had just one of these guys plugged into here with the knob removed, and then we put a video head onto this, and it was pointing straight down. But we need to turn the camera this way, so when we're pointing down, we cover the whole table. So I use this 90-degree plate, attach the head. So if you put it on, it could look like this, but we're going to be pointing it straight down and going in this way. So it's pretty centered. We can't get it perfect. I could probably counterbalance a little, but it's not going to unscrew itself. So that's what I really care about. So I'm going to level it out to the best of my ability. Get it nice and tight, and then you have safety cables, safety cables, safety cables, and safety cables. Over here, you can see we have a ratchet strap to prevent this from coming crashing down if we lose weight, and then we have shot bags that we're going to balance with. Once I get this fine-tuned over here and safe, I'm gonna balance the weight, and I'll show you how I do that. All right, I have two booms to balance. We have this big guy and this one. These are for overhead shots and more flexibility. So when we were shooting today, we were using tripod to try to get on some of these shots, but we needed to get tight and macro. So let's say we needed a shot of this detailed, but have the top down, getting that shot where you can zoom in, get it real nice and clean. But sometimes there's an element that we need a detail of from the side, so then we're able to just bring this guy in. I could probably get something on wheels, make it easier. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow, we'll see. But then I could bring this in. It's not actually in the other shot, and I can actually get the details that I need and have that flexibility. But you gotta make sure this is balanced. So when I knock loose this point here, which gives it the tilt, where is it gonna go? So right now, oh, yep, that's falling. So that's gonna come crashing down. It could hit talent, it could hit whatever. That's not balanced. How do you balance? We have weight here, we need weight over here to balance it. Seesaw effect, real simple. Don't get all complex about, oh, you know, how much is sticking out here versus here. It's all about weight. So if we move here, is that gonna work? And actually, that just reminded me, I need to put a shot bag on this guy. I'll probably do extra. We're just doing this as the payload, so it's not much. That hurt, don't do that. Ah, funny bone right there. Don't do that, ouch. Okay, so here we go. So we're still falling. So gonna slide it over, slide it over. Oh, now we're going up, so it's just a little bit the other way, and look at that, it's almost there. It's just slightly going this way. You're gonna bring it over, and that's the sweet spot. Maybe just a tad that way. So this is a 20-pound shot bag, and if we move it just little by little, it's gonna make a difference there. So this is knocked all the way loose, and that's it right there. So if I put a little bit of weight there, oh, it goes that way. If I put a little bit of weight here, it's going to go this way. So it's pretty much balanced, which means when I lock it, there's not pressure on the this portion of the boom where you're locking it, versus if you have it going one way, it's wanting to work its way whichever way it wants to come loose and cause it to flip. So like I said, this is completely loose. I can move it this way, that way, and it stays. Now, yes, you do run the risk, say it now because someone's going to get in the comments and they're going to say something, of this sliding off. Someone could bump it, this slides off, and then it comes crashing down. So what you do with that is what we have here on our big boom, which I'll add a ratchet strap to it. You have a safety for that specific reason. So if something gets knocked loose, you can adjust it. So I'm going to get this guy taken care of over here, slide it out of the way, nice and easy. It's set up. So now we have this set up here. Only thing we're missing is just a little time code box. So let's see where we're sitting right now with our setup here. All right. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to loosen up this ratchet because it's tight from before. So I have a little bit of slack on it. All right. So we've got a little bit of slack. So let's see what this does. If I knock this loose, where's it going to go? It's falling down. But look how that's there to catch it. It's actually loose right now, so it's not catching anything. But that's bad. See, I was pulling on the ratchet, made a little bit of noise. We need to get more this way. And I had 3 bags on here before, so I'm going to get one more. Technically, this is not safe right now. So I'm going to get another bag. I had 3 on here in a certain way. All right, let's see where this lands. Still falling down. So we'll go a little bit that way. Go a little bit that way. Still coming down. And I think the issue is, I'm gonna make a little bit more room. I added some parts to this to make that 90 degree, and that's throwing us off a little. So I'm gonna come in a little, which I have some wiggle room for. Just this knob and slide everything back so I have room to play with. I'm just gonna check to see if I'm still center. Close, I can move the stand in. Little adjustments here. This gives me enough. I can go back actually a little bit. And I'll be able to fine tune it once it's set up as well. But I actually marked the table with tape to find the center. I'm gonna mark the points on the ground, but this helps me have a bright point to line up and find center. Pull up the grid on the Sumo or on the screen here, and we'll get it set up. So let's see if we're balanced now. We did a slight adjustment. What I did is I extended this end out, made this side a little bit lighter. So let's see what we're doing with it. Oh yeah, so now it's wanting to go up. If I let go, it's wanting to go up. So I'm gonna bring this over so it doesn't want to do that anymore. This one as well, each one counts. So now this is pretty close. It's loose there. There we go. Get this away from the knob, bring this over here. Just a little bit more, maybe bring this one in. Oh wow, look at it, it's floating. Look at that, there's slack there and it's floating. So it's pretty much where I want it to be, right there. So we're gonna lock that bad boy in. Again, a little bit of pressure, pink, a little bit of pressure. So it's balanced, I like it. I'm happy with it. I'm gonna lock it off. Hopefully these hold up, and then I'm gonna ratchet this down. There it goes. And we're set up. I do have the ability to move the camera this way, so that'd be rotating. If you look at it from this side, it'll be left to right. And then I have the ability to move it front to back this way. So I'll be able to sweet spot it. This is tight now, before it wasn't. So it should be good on there. And let's give that a test. Knock this loose and pull down. It's not going anywhere. Will it go up? Yep. Will it go down? Nope, it's saved by that ratchet strap. So that's how I set up my booms. I have 2 shot bags here. Always boom over your big leg or a leg. As soon as you turn it over here, it's gonna wanna fall over. Let me show you an example of that. Here it is nice and strong. I could put pressure here, it's going to stay. I go over here, put pressure, it's ready to fall over. So always boom over on a C-stand, strongest leg. If you're booming anything, even a light, small dome, whatever, put your big weight over here. Now technically it's even, so there's nothing here, but where I'm extending out, I want to be over my big leg. Here, the legs are even size, boom over a leg, don't go off to the side, and you'll be set.